What's up, everyone? I'm GKB from Gamers Knows Best. I'm joined today by SheWulf.
Hey guys, what's up?
This is another Indi-Scussion where we'll be talking about Typoman Revised, so let's go ahead and get into the video. Typoman is developed by brainseed Factory and is for the Nintendo, PS4, Xbox, and PC. Here is what Brain Factory has to say about their game. Typoman is a 2D platformer. You slip into the role of a character made of letters struggling to make your way through the dark and hostile world. Despite your small stature, you have a powerful gift. You can use words to alter your environment. But choose your words wisely. They can either be a blessing or a curse. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into the graphics. SheWulf's going to be going ahead and playing the game. I've already beaten the game, so we're going to get her take and mine as well. So first off, I think the graphics and the art style overall is really cool. It's got this watercolor feel to it. When you play throughout all the worlds, it's very like post-apocalyptic. There's few colors. It's very your grays, blacks, and then they have these colors like reds and greens to accent what is going on. Like green is for the gas and stuff like that, and the red is where you can't take letters past, so it's kind of like a roadblock. So you have to do what you have to do there. So what did you think of SheWulf, the graphics so far? You've been playing it for a little bit now.
So for my impressions of the graphics, I have to say I love the art style. I really like how it's like a pastel watercolor base, and that you actually see a lot that's going on in the backdrop, even though there's really nothing really there. It's just interesting how they incorporate both of them together. And I also, well, that sucked. I also like the fact that the backdrop actually includes things. You actually see things actually drop at times. So it gives the graphics a little more detail in what they're actually doing. At the same time, I love the fact that it's simple, and even the rocks that you're climbing on, like say for instance this stuff, you can actually see the detail, even though it's so small and minor.
Yeah, it does actually get some good detail in it. I agree with you there. As you're playing through the game, you're not really going to see too much as far as like different areas to really go in, because it's really like you're in these caves or you're in like a broke down world, maybe some buildings and some other structures like that, but you're very limited in what you can see throughout the world. Towards the end of the game, you do get into more of this, I guess, sci-fi looking area where there's platforms that have like neon lights and, you know, use electricity and stuff at that point. But that's really the gist of the art style and the overall look of the game. But it's pretty cool. I like the actual aesthetic of the game. All right, everybody, we're gonna go ahead and talk about the gameplay of Typoman Revised right now. At its core, it's a 2D platforming puzzle game. As you can see, it's got that whole 2D, you're going left and right. The movements are, you know, left, right, jump. You can grab things with the B button, and you can move stuff by holding the trigger button. Overall, I think the gameplay is really fun. It's really polished. At some points, it can get a little frustrating due to the puzzles and the tension of the game. You do have like these little mini bosses and such that will chase you, and you have to like make words and stuff, and that can kind of get a little frantic and frustrating at times. But overall, I think it's a really fun game. It is a short game at about an hour to 2 hours, depending on how fast you can get through the puzzles and stuff like that. There is a boss at the end that you fight, which is a really cool battle using words and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. As you can see right now, this is the word scrambling part, where you can just make words to help you progress through the puzzles. What did you think so far, SheWulf, of the gameplay?
I do find the mechanics are neat. To take words and actually incorporate something like literacy into a game is actually really great for kids and for adults as well. It definitely gets you thinking. It's not too challenging to where you would actually want to just stop playing. The mechanics themselves seem to be pretty simple to understand. It's like you said, it's 2D, you're just jumping, you're moving things. At times, I do find the controllers are a little bit sensitive, and at that point does make some things a little harder, like when you're climbing up the ladder and whatnot. Sometimes I'll end up jumping off and dying where I was actually not trying to do that. But other than that, I do find the game mechanics are, as I said, very simple and very easy to understand, and with the literacy added, it is actually makes it quite fun and challenging.
Like you just seen here with SheWulf, where she was just moving the word raise. Obviously, that's to raise a platform up. That's part of the whole game, is to use these words to make parts of the puzzles and stuff move or do whatever you need it to do for that part of the game. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the story. Now, Typoman Revised is very simple in its storytelling. It doesn't use words or dialogue or anything like that to progress the story in any way. You can find little quotations that tell you little snippets and stuff like that. But really the game leaves it up to you to figure out what the overarching storyline is, much like Limbo in other games. I don't really want to say too much like my thoughts of the game or anything like that as far as the story goes. It's very one of those games, it's the journey to understand what's going on. And it's built in a way to like you kind of craft the story and how you feel and all that kind of stuff. So
far, like you said, I haven't really seen it much of a story, so there isn't really a whole lot to actually comment on. But at the same time, indie games like this I don't really find need much of a story, because they're more about the challenge and figuring out the puzzle.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and move into our final thoughts of Typoman Revised. I think for a $10 game, it's on sale for $10 right now. I think its original price is about $12. It's definitely worthwhile. It's up to you as the gamer to see if it's got enough value for you. Like I said, it's a short game. It's about an hour to 2 hours depending on your playthrough. It's very fun. It's very interesting. How you can make these words and the gameplay mechanics. I think it was a really nice twist on a platformer. I really enjoyed it. I had a great time. I thought the boss battle at the end was some really awesome gameplay. So the Chivos are okay. You get about like 200 or 300 in your first playthrough, depending. It will take a multiple playthroughs because you have to like make so many words, like 300 words and stuff like that. So it will take you a couple times through to 100% the game, but they're pretty easy to get done. But definitely I think it's worth picking up for sure. What about you, SheWulf? What do you think of the game so far?
For the fact that I just started playing it, I do find it is unique, and it is, it's something different than a lot of the indies we have been saying, with it incorporating the whole fact that you have to write words and the puzzles. I do find it enjoyable, and I would recommend it to people for the price that it is. And the fact that, like I said, it's something different, and it's challenging, but not too challenging to where you'd want to just get, throw it out the corner,
as SheWulf does.
Yeah. It's a game that's not super challenging, but it is challenging to the point where, you wouldn't just throw it out or get eaten by a monster. So I do recommend it, though.
Well, that's it, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, we would really be awesome of you if you can go ahead and hit that like button. We'd really appreciate it. If you had a chance to play Typoman Revised, or you're thinking about getting it and you saw some of the gameplay and you like it, let us know in the comments below what you think. We always read all the comments and we want to hear what you guys have to say about this game as well. Please share and subscribe. This is GKB and SheWulf.
Thanks for watching, guys.
We will see you on the next one, and as always, take care of your fellow gamers.